use Q through R, or Q through T and 1 through 5 to go on the different people. So if you want to go mid and you hit 3 and you end up on the top laner, you're a little sad.
Yeah, I don't do that because it requires me to remember things.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of work.
That's why they set it up, though, the 1 through 5. Yeah. For the cameramen who
it's
actually...
It's to make it easier.
Yeah,
for the smart, like guys like Nyutwin who are good at their job.
Yeah.
Not this guy. I just talk. Technically not my job.
Nobody...
Ziploc and nothing here. Gonna walk over ward.
Getting some early wards in there. Looks like Cog got the deep one there into the lanes. They can see a 2v1 coming. They don't want to have a 2v1 or 2v2 against a Caitlyn with a Vayne. She'll shut her down early. Yeah. So they might swap it mid, or if they see this coming. So it looks like Kate's actually going to start rotating top or middle.
So I like that mid lane swap on Vayne because short lane and get stuff done, and Caitlyn going to show up, so they will head bottom. They're going to be up against Renekton, so free farm for the time being, but also a shorter rotation for ggLA if they decide to swap it back.
And it's going to have Rumble up top versus Ahri, so Ahri's going to be able to put a little bit of damage on him. He's going to take a scrap shield and, of course, not take some of the auto attacks that he did start with the Doran shield, so that's going to stop a little bit of the damage from the auto attacks, but that's going to leave Yazuki sitting on his turret for a good while here before he gets anything done.
Yeah, Ahri will, like you said, have a nice time up there. They're going to sit down. Tea for brunch. Red Steel attempted. Kez is going to get it around the corner, but Ziploc is not letting it go easy. And he's going to come in, jump and bump. Can't get it away. Ziploc's got the double buffs, but in come Nydus and Otter. Flashes forward. Nydus going to catch a spear. Not too much damage off of it, but Ziploc barely gets away. Does spin the flash as well. They get a couple of flashes. Nydus spent his as well, and I said as well too many times, but it's going to be a flash for a flash there, and they secure the red buff.
Well, he ended up flashing and trying to get a flay there, only caught a little bit of the spiders that were left after the flash. Ziploc got away from that. He did get his own red buff there. He's going to start looking top now, but that was a great plan by them, because if you put your bottom lane in the middle and you go invade the red, it's a 4v3 at best, and up top, he's sneaking down in there.
Making good use of that range against iDream. Up top, tries it on, but Ahri well out of range and will get away. Spins a flash to do so, however. Nothing here. Gonna put some good damage onto Yazuki, and with Zaineking, is he running the penetration again as well? Because those auto attacks looking pretty fearsome.
Yeah, he always seems to. He's got 8 armor penetration this time, 5 magic penetration.
I like that build.
So on his Annie, he had 12 armor penetration, so now he's just got the 8. So I think he might have... He went utility masters this time, from what I saw, because he started with the biscuit.
Flipped over Peacemaker across iDream as they're continuing to threaten Ziploc as much as they can, and with that lane in middle, the duo lane in middle, there's not a whole lot Cog can really do about it here early on. They're just going to have to hope that they can answer back onto Kez. iDream alone in mid lane as they go 3 strong to try to get things finished up as quickly as possible, and errant melee minion way over on the far side. So he was feeling dutiful even outside of the lane. Yazuki put it into the wall and they'll put some more damage on the turret. Cog really want to get out in front of this one, and not really hesitating to put damage onto the turret here early on. 29 to 24 the CS count on the 80 carries right now.
Now they're going to have to put damage on that bottom turret because the middle turret's going to drop any time now. Caitlyn's going to continue to push this wave, and the range from Thresh is going to allow them to stay out of range and just continue to hit this turret down. And then we saw Kez there a moment ago dropping the standard to give the extra attack speed, and it really pays off. So they almost have it at half HP. Bottom turret is almost at half HP in favor of Cog. And Captain Ziploc just sitting up top for a good while here.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, possibly cooling. And Yazuki going to get bound up. They'll put some extra damage onto him. Silver Bolt's going to proc and get that percentage health. He's going to get a little help from Kez down bottom. I almost said Kaz. And that will get them to not back away. They're still playing it up front, and ggLA giving them a lot of respect there. Just making sure that they get the lane cleared away. Ked's going to have to take over the work as Yazuki heads home. In that situation, if you want to compare Nidalee, it's 20 to 19. If you want to compare with Rumble, it's 28 to 19, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah, all the CS is in favor of Cog currently. And Ziploc going to stay in the mid lane here and help clear those waves out. Whoa, the spider. I love that interaction so much. The volatile spiderling.
9 miles.
Reminds me of Face
Zamphira.
Hunters.
Gonna get a little bit of flame spitter done. They do, yeah. They've already got the sort of alien predator skins in there. Headhunter Nid.
Mm-hmm.
They can do it. They should do it. And iDream just gonna miss a pull that Nydus sends his way. Gonna be sad about that. He'll have to wait till Christmas for the next one. Stun lands onto Otter. He gets a shield from Nydus, who's got a good heads-up play there. They'll be able to hold mid a little bit longer, but with bottom lane continually pressed all the way to the maximum, Cog's going to get the first turret.
Yeah, and that's a little surprising considering it is a Vayne who doesn't really outrange Caitlyn at all. But Nydus waiting on the drop here.
Got room to get away as the minions get closer to the turret. Sends a stun Otter's way, but not going to get anything. Fire and Forget Spider splashes Nydus, does very little damage. I got to say, Ziploc has not spent a lot of time in the jungle.
No, he has not. He's been in lanes, and so has Kez.
Yeah, down bottom a lot.
Same CS as well. He has backed once, though.
Reinforcing mid lane now, as iDream wants a chance to go home, check on those muffins. Definitely left the oven on.
They're gonna need somebody down bottom very soon, though, because Renekton's just going to shove that wave. Yazuki getting some free farm right now, catching up to Rumble, and Nidalee's not getting any in the meantime, so he's going to drop down in CS numbers, 11 behind Ahri, and Yazuki might get some damage here, might get some free farm.
Otter and Nydus going to do what they can, and wide berth given over here as nothinghere. Got no problem with farming it up under the turret. Going to lose a little bit of XP as they're doing pretty much everything they can to try to slow down the pushover. Going to send it now and see if they can't get some work done before Zyra gets back. Top ping, and they'll send Ahri up. J4 in tow.
And this is really damage control here by Cog. They're trying to make it so that they won that 2v1 down bottom, so now they're trying to make a 2v2 in the middle, but Caitlyn is better early than Vayne is in terms of harassing. So I think this turret might actually still go in ggLA's favor, but the ganks are coming in.
Equalizer there. Stun's going to land on Nydus, and they are going to be able to burn him down as they get the binding from Zaineking. First blood at 8:22. Going over to Ziploc.
It's a pretty...
He's going to go on the run. Kez there, but he'll let it go.
It's a pretty tactful game so far. The first blood being 8 minutes and 20-some-odd seconds in there. You can really see that they've just been playing the lane game for a while now. And that's really what they needed, is gank the middle so that they could stop Otter from continually pushing and eventually getting that turret, because it would just be a matter of time against a Vayne and a Zyra.
Bischu up top, 56-45 against Rumble there. Rumble keeping pace, got some minions to work with. Got himself an assist off of that first blood grab. They're going to spread that extra gold around to 3 different people. Otter going to get away from the stun. Fire and Forget Spider doesn't get there. Neither does the plant, but they don't mind as Cog going to let it go. Big spear sent through by iDream and catches another one. Otter's going to have to disengage. They are going to have to really work this one away from the turret as the 4-man push is strong. Mid-outer goes under half health, but will stay standing. Wow, iDream there with big spears onto Otter.
He's already doing a lot of damage despite not having any AP aside from just the ones he brought in his runes and masteries. Chalice gives him nothing. He's just looking for that, and almost hits another.
Renekton been left to his own devices down bottom and has done a good amount of damage to the turret. Might be able to finish it off here. Zyra going to come down, but isn't too much of a threat to Yazuki.
And
he's going to have to be worried that somebody's in tow, so he does check out. Yeah,
we've been seeing Renektons just get bigger and bigger all throughout this tournament. Renekton has just been showing huge presence in terms of tankiness and the fact that even when he's behind, he's still relevant. We saw that Renekton very early on in the day come back from a huge deficit. And you see now he does have a CS lead over Rumble.
Ziploc had a long walk out of this one. They're going to pull Bischu in. Repel. Going to go nowhere. Boxes down and no way out of it, but it will give the kill over to Nydus. Some places that money could have been better spent, but hey, if you can get one, you can get one. Otter in trouble. Nope. Equalizer just dropped for the good of it, the good of keeping him away. In the meantime, as they continue to switch everybody all over the place, iDream playing mid lane now. Zaineking down bottom with nothing here. They're going to pull in Bischu. Charm misses as the flash is well timed from Zaineking. Zamphira onto Otter. Otter all alone up top and going to land both of those electro harpoons, ignite, and gets the work done with the flame spitter. It's going to be about 2 ticks short Dragon picked up by ggLA in the meantime, and Cog going to have to go on the run. 600 gold lead for ggLA when all's said and done.
And he probably wished that he had his ultimate right around there, could have propped it right around the turret. But he used it the first time, and it wasn't as effective as he probably would have wanted it to be. It is rather short cooldown, so he'll have it back. It's about halfway back up already, and they're just sieging this inner turret. Gave up the dragon, though, because they lost their jungler. Captain Ziploc got caught out earlier.
Those Nidalee spears getting good. Take NydusHerMain. Oof. And top outer is undefended at the moment as Zamphira gets a very good trade. Pause!
And there's a spear in midair right now. It just left iDream's hand.
Unless Yazuki stands perfectly still, not going to land. As it looks like the trajectory just going to go through the bottom side of the turret. Might catch him, though.
He's going to have some extra time,
It's a wide
though,
missile on that.
While Yazuki is in the Matrix and able to dodge these things... Yeah, well, see, he's able to slice over it, see that? Gave him that little extra presence of mind.
There you go, mid-outer in trouble. Tumble away for Vayne, catches a tower shot, but otherwise going to be okay. iDream just going to keep the work going. Tries to pick up the orbs, but those aren't for her. So Nidalee can't eat those up, as delicious as they might be. Electro Harpoons both land. Otter still in good shape, though. Top outer down to about half health. Mid outer going to fall 2 turrets to none as Cog get themselves a nice little ability to force some positioning around the map now. Out 2 turrets in front. A 400 gold lead. And a kill apiece across these teams. Really low kill games so far. 12-15 in. Is not for lack of trying, to say the least. But everybody been doing good. A lot of getaway kit all over the place.
Yeah, 2 towers for 1 dragon, but also there's 1 more assist on the side of Cog. They have a tiny bit of a gold advantage here from those turrets. Of course, the dragon did go over to ggLA, evening it out just a little bit, and Otter's been here to free farm. So I don't know if they're trying to make Otter their carry or what they're trying to do here, but we saw earlier that Zamphira can give him a run for his money, and here we go.
On to the equalizer. Nothing for Otter to do but stand in it. Zamphira going to be the one that gets the kill. Nothing here going to go 0-0-2, and that's the one to watch if you're going to watch anybody. Down about 15, I can't do math right now, CS. It was, and then got a couple.
So 12.
I'm trying. My brain has not worked well all day. I had some probably
That's
bad
right.
Taco Bell. I can't believe Taco Bell would betray me, but they got rid of the beefy crunch burritos. So
you gonna have another rant? Taco Bell.
iDream gets nothing, but does get out. Nope, doesn't get out, and gonna get bound up by Bischu, who lands the charm. They trade top outer for Nidalee's life. It's a trade you'll take most days. Bischu gets the kill and some much-needed gold there. 101. 96, he has spent most of the laning phase up against Rumble, so is out front of Rumble, but not exactly a 1-to-1 comparison between those two.
No, and they picked up another turret for their trouble, and they're going on to Nydus.
Nydus got to drop the box, and the stun lands onto Bischu as Zamphira's Flame Spitter made that hook more dangerous for him. Knock up onto Kez and Bischu, and nothing here gets the job done. Kez under attack. Gets him 90 caliber nets, not enough. Otter on the run. Nothing here turns it around just in time to avoid a Thresh hook. Push the lane on over, and 2 very big kills onto Vayne right there.
And like you said, he's going to be the one to watch. He flashed just to reposition himself so that he could actually take out Kez before the flag standard drag came in there. And here comes Yazuki from the side.
Ping up as Yazuki's going to come in. Ziploc stands the front, gets the binding there from Zyra. That'll be the end of it, though. Ziploc catches a Piltover Peacemaker, runs low and backs away. iDream taking a shot off the turret. Nothing here, keeping it close, though. And Ziploc sends a Fire and Forget Spider just to scout things. Nobody close enough to draw its ire, and they will go back to work on mid-inner. Reinforced now. Equalizer dropped. Spear picks up Nydus from long range. iDream been paying the bills with those all game. Back it up to get away from the jumping bump. Kez comes up empty. Not Cog. I tried to say it, but
I heard it. He's on Cog.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's on ggLA.
Yeah.
But it's against Cog. There we go.
Yeah. So, Cog gets out clear. That's what we'll pretend I was trying to say. No word there to speak of. And a minute 51 to Dragon, so just kind of hanging out in enemy jungle. Let the lane work itself over, see if they can't find somebody. Kez under attack. They've got a pink ward down. And the lane brush, the wraith brush, whatever you want to call it, they're going to grab away a red buff for Ziploc. As it's just a little too close for comfort, don't have great information, they're going to disengage. Cog backing it up, 2k gold ahead of ggLA, and iDream just paying the bills with those spears. 3 turrets to none, 5 kills to 3. 15:37 off the clock, and Cog with a good running start.
Yeah, and both these teams have lost games to the team that actually went on 3-0 is NID, and whoever wins this actually moves on. So it's a very important game here, and they're playing it almost perfectly here. They're neck and neck. The CS isn't fantastic, like you don't see anybody at that 10-minute mark, but the kills here and the rotations and the towers being taken are just right on point for both of these teams. And we see Otter taking a bloodthirst right now, very early, just ramping that up. Doesn't even have boots yet. So if nothinghere gets in range of him, he won't be able to escape. Nothinghere has tier 2 boots, has the Blade of the Rune King, and also has his passive, and then you add on the final hour. So if Otter gets caught when he's been split pushing like this, he's probably going to be dead.
Ziploc in trouble. He will be able to rappel up into the sky. Going to drop back down, and they'll allow him to get away. Cataclysm will lock him up, though. Bischu come into the pile, and Yazuki will walk away with the kill. On the far side, they pick Thresh off. Yazuki going to come back through. Charm's short. Spear's good from iDream, but not a ton of damage, as Yazuki is the target. iDream getting clear to the far side, as ggLA want to follow this one, but can't get in close enough. Cog get away with a turret for the price of Ziploc. They grab Nydus as well, and they will hold on to a bit of a tentative gold lead, but have been making the right moves around the map, waiting for the right fights and getting in good.
Yeah, these are very low gold team fights happening here. The game has been accelerated by the towers being taken and the split pushing, as well as the 2v1s that we saw coming out very early. The game has been accelerated, and the laning phase is basically over at this point. And they're just going for team fights, but they only have like one item.
Charm not going to land. Kez jumping bump going to be short. nothinghere gets out the far side, and it'll be the spear for iDream rather than the ignite of Zamphira that finishes the job. And they will work Dragon down here. That's going to make it 1-1 on the Dragon count overall, with Cog grabbing this one up.
Yeah, and with Kez dead, they know they can get this pretty safely as long as Ziploc is there with the smite. Because the smite for ggLA is down, and that is going to make their gold lead 3k right now. And with 4 turrets and one of those inners down, they got to be feeling really good right now. They just took an objective, and now they got to start warding up the jungle and taking those other turrets.
Yep, 3k gold lead. Not ahead anywhere on CS. Oh, jungle at least is ahead, and Zyra, if you want to count the support gold there. But Cog in good shape here, and might move on to the semifinals. Again, a very, very big game between these two, because just like the best of ones last week, this is going to be the one game to determine who's moving on to the semifinals. If they can win their set in the semifinals, they're going to be going to the spring promotional qualifier, the spring promotional series, tournament, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Well, they'll basically get a chance to fight another challenger team, and if they win that, then they'll be able to take on one of the LCS relegated teams.
Ooh.
Then they get their pick of it, too.
Otter half health. I'm sorry, I don't even want to do the hood, but every time I see it land,
every time.
I hold my breath as it's on the way in. And then when it lands, I'm just like, oh, it's a pain noise. That's all I can do.
When I'm playing the character, when I'm playing the character, and it happens, and I see the spear flying at me, I'm like, oh, wow, that's just so much damage to me. Like, you don't expect it. You don't expect it to do one move doing that much damage is just ridiculous.
It's just such a big red bar, yeah. It's sort of the same reaction as anytime somebody gets exploded out of nowhere. If you get like that perfect round of Orianna skills that just burns somebody down out of nowhere. It's that same guttural feeling. Bottom outer falls as Renekton presses on over into nothinghere. They're going to regroup bottom lane and try their luck down there. Top lane going to push over right now for Cog as well. So the minions will do their thing as Cog groups up bottom. They've got Nidalee in the tri-brush in case they run into a need for her.
And Deathfire Grasp was completed on Bischu, so he could look to kill nothinghere or a high priority target with that, since there isn't really anybody super tanky on Cog currently. Nobody has any giant belt items, and they're just running around with basically little added HP onto each of them.
Knight is taken extremely low there. Q comes through from Bischu. Not going to get much done. Otter, 90 caliber net. Not getting out of range of anything there.
I think that net propelled him into it, and Riot implemented that engine in the meantime, so he took extra damage.
Yep,
that's what that looked
speed.
like.
Yeah. Well, that was sort of a T-bone situation, which, as you know, are the most dangerous wrecks. The T-bone wreck, and that's what got it. Was the angle there. They took into consideration that Caitlyn's got squishy sides.
Right into her driver's side seat, huh?
Yeah, and that just put the extra damage on there. Because of the physics engine. It totally exists.
Oh, yeah. Yazuki picking up the components of the Ravenous Hydra, so he's looking to split push all the way down. He's 40 CS ahead of Rumble on Zamphira on Rumble, Rumble on Zamphira. Either way. And he's looking to push that out, and then eventually get a Sunfire Cape is what, by the looks of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, 151 CS, he's 100. And one of the best hopes they have, at least of keeping the area clean, if not working them a little bit of an advantage. Down goes Ward there, as Zaineking continuing to just ruin the vision coverage right now of ggLA. They're doing what they can, but with bushwhackers all over the place, and just a couple of wards on the field in general, actually. Not a ton of wards out of COG either, but they are controlling movement around the map right now, so the threat is on their side, as they're pretty well grouped up.
And it looks like they're just going to go all top and try to engage us. It will be a 4v5 if COG does engage, because we don't have Renekton there just yet. Yeah.
Otter very nearly took one there. That was a woof. Just got out of Nydus avoids one as well.
Every game there's a Nidalee.
Yeah, well, here's the thing too with iDream in the shape that he's in. Those are very serious spears, because if it lands on anybody important, it's going to take them extremely low. Jumping bumps there, and they're going to start it up. Nothing here out over the wall. Zyra ult's good to delay. They're going to get J4 as iDream doing some work. Nothing here, trying to get the range on it. Doesn't have it. Zaineking down. Box is there. Nydus on the run. Nothing here wants him, but catches the edge of the box.
And here comes the ace.
From Otter, nothing.
Well, it's a 1-for-1 overall, but very, very low. And it looked like Bischu was going straight onto nothing here, and he flashes over the wall, but then he's out of range. The 550 range of Vayne isn't that long, so he only could get a little bit of damage onto Yazuki, but couldn't follow it up. Had to walk all the way around, and it really delayed him being in the fight.
Top hitter down now in favor of COG as they pick it up and pull away. ggLA, I'm sure, would love to find somebody lackadaisically relaxing in the jungle, and they might find iDream. Ziploc gonna put on the speed boots, and we'll get a little lucky there as Yazuki does not check the tri-brush. Probably wouldn't have made it in there in time to do much other than see iDream check out, but still a scary look nonetheless, as nobody wants to be the opposite of Dunstan. 28.6k to 32.1k, 6 turrets to 2, 8 kills to 4, 23 minutes in. COG still showing a very strong front. Haven't run away with it just yet, as they are only 3.2k gold up. And at 23 minutes, that's not the end of the world, but their team fight control has been fantastic, and their patience and maneuvering as well.
Yeah, and Captain Ziploc has a lot of items on Kez right now for the team fight. He has the Aegis of Legion already completed. He has his tenacity from the Spirit of the Ancient Golem, but a fight breaking out.
iDream tries to get out, but ends up caught in a big love nest and lives. The heal comes back. Big ol' equalizer from Zamphira saves the day for iDream. Puts so much damage down they can't get the job done. I'm gonna go 1-1 there. Nydus down as Zamphira grabs a second, and they are just gonna be able to push down mid lane. Mid inhibitor turret is gonna be gone almost for Storzies here. Yazuki gonna have to put on a very scary alligator face if he's gonna keep him away. Built over Peacemaker gonna take down a lot of stuff there, but they force him out the back with the spear. The attempted grab with the Zyra binding, but that will be it for mid inhibitor turret. Mid inhibitor under attack now, and they might Scott's time.
They might be able to. Nothing here has enough attack speed with the Phantom Dancer and the Blade of the Ruined King. Yeah, they're going to pick that one up. And that fight was kind of unique because Kez ended up putting down a Cataclysm, but it looked like he was batting for the other team there because the Equalizer came down on top, and it's usually a synergy you see within your own team, but it just forced them to stay on top of it. Bischu got trapped in there, Kez was trapped in there, and so was, I believe, Nydus was in there as well. And they just took a lot of damage that wasn't necessary because of the Cataclysm keeping him in there.
Got out, or he was right out the backside of it. He got a longer run one way or another if he had his flash up. Let's see, when was his flash was spent a while ago, so it wouldn't have been that. But either way, he made it out of there.
Yeah, no, actually, he got chased down eventually. Yeah.
Too much catch-up juice. ggLA gonna work down a dragon here. It'll be their second of the game. They'll help stem the bleeding, but it's not going to be much. Otter finishes off the big flying donkey guy. 32.7 to 36.6. 7 turrets to 3, 11 kills to 4, and COG with a nice lead right now. 25.5 minutes in. Mid lane pushing super minions, so Cog got the run of the map.
Yeah, Kez is only 200 gold ahead of his support in terms of overall gold that he's accumulated. He's just now getting that Aegis of Legion, has not even worked towards that Kindle Gem into the Spirit of the Ancient Golem. So he doesn't have the tenacity. So if he gets hit by a Cocoon, it's going to be a great engagement tool for Cog. As well as even if he gets hit by a Condemn into a wall.
Kez, gonna die. Down he goes. Tried to get over to the Lantern, and now you've got a couple of people well out of position as Renekton's trying to do some lane cleanup topside. They're going to come down bottom. They might be able to siege up long enough. Don't know. Nothing here is doing some work. iDream helping out. Sends a spear through. Doesn't catch anybody, however. Got that inhibitor turret on bottom, down under half health now, and they will back it up. Wait for the next line as Renekton joins the fight. Bischu very nearly picked up there, but a useful Lantern from Nydus, going to keep him alive, and they're just going to bully this one down as Bischu goes low. That is the cue for Cog, and they did not hesitate for a second. Bottom side, inhibitor down. One more. There you go. Nothing here going to finish it off.
So I'm listing all the things that could catch Kez out, and he gets hit by the one that I miss. The Grasping Root just punished him so hard. He stood right on the Rumble Ultimate, and they picked him up very, very quickly. Ended up turning that into a tower and an inhibitor, their second inhibitor of the game, and they are up 8 towers to 3, 5k gold. That is a huge lead. Now they're going to be super minions pushing into the base on the opposite sides of Baron, which is, I mentioned that a lot, but it's very crucial, because if you just sit at Baron and wait, then the super minions will eventually push in. And then when you see somebody go and answer that, like if Otter or Bischu go there, you're like, okay, it's a 4v5 at Baron, let's start it. And if they fight us, it's 4v5, we can take them.
ggLA rolling towards Baron. Nothing there. Kez will back it up immediately. Never know when it's a bad time for a Desperation Baron, but I think there is no bad time for a Desperation Baron. They're not that far behind on gold on ggLA, but Cog have not given them anything by way of a team fight for the past couple forevers. 205 Vayne, 407 Rumble, and a 512 Nidalee. Getting that gold spread around in all the right places. And we'll see what ggLA has on offer to try to send them packing here. Right now, it's been a tough couple of fights for him, especially with iDream. Considerable damage. Not going to be a part of this fight, I will say. Thresh getting picked up quick. Kez going to lock up Ziploc and get out of there. Repels over. Kez in trouble. They're able to get Vayne off the field. And now a turn and run for Ziploc. They don't have the best escape mech in the world. A stun will do, though. Ziploc going into spider form to get that extra move speed. It'll be good enough. ggLA calls it back as they've got super minions pushing a bound. 2 for 1 as they lose Nydus, but iDream gets caught out by a really nice grab. Nydus sacrificing his life for a good cause there.
Yeah, it was a support for 2 high damage, high priority targets. Nothing here, and iDream the AD carry and the AP carry for the support. So it's definitely worth on that one. And now that bought them some time to basically put some pressure on this wound, because they had just tons of minions spilling into their base, and if they didn't take care of it then they would probably have lost that bottom Nexus turret, because there was a huge wave there that Otter just cleared out.
A big get as well as iDream, worth 500, and the money going to Bischu, so puts him in slightly better shape itemization-wise. Got the DFG and the cap done, boots, pin boots done. iDream swinging over, and a blue inhibitor will respawn. It's a blue one. Ping onto that. Just to let everybody know, we're going to move blue whenever we're ready. Renekton recalling from well out into top lane, and Bischu going to get blown up here. Can he get away? You know, yes, no. Kez comes in. Nice save there as Bischu uses all of his get up and go juice. Kez now in trouble, and he's going to hop forward with the jumping bump. Ziploc on the run, but they've got iDream and Zaineking, and they do not have their AD carry in tow, so Cog will back it away. Give them at least a little bit of time to reconnoiter.
It looks like Nothing here is having a little item crisis. He wants to go for the last Whisper or the IE with that pickaxe, but he's also got the components ready for Guardian Angel, so he might want that. But something else is Yazuki is level 17. He is such a high level right now, and he's so fed.
Kez gonna lock up Ziploc and sacrifice his life, possibly. No, he stays alive in there, and iDream with a beautiful heal over the wall to keep Ziploc out of it. Otter ult sent out, does a little bit of damage to Ziploc, but not enough to get the kill. Kez stays alive as well, none for none. But a dangerous fight near the Baron Pit nonetheless for both sides. It's 30 minutes in, they are not that far off, 1.5k, give or take a couple hundred here and there. between the two teams. And with the recall out, since Ziploc did not need to do it, iDream heals them up. They've got a chance at Baron and no vision of the area, and it looks like they don't necessarily have a read. They got some cleaning duties in their base, and the Baron's going to go for free to Cog.
This is exactly what I was talking about. They had to get those minion waves in the bottom lane, so Kez went back, and they started farming that, and they're like, okay, well, there's no way it's going to get stolen. Smite's in their base, and we're at Baron, so they take that one very, very easily there. And like I was saying earlier, Yazuki has almost twice the CS of Zamphira in the top lane. He's becoming a monster. He's so farmed. He has a Spirit Visage and the Ravenous Hydra. He's looking for that Sunfire Cape, possibly a Randu and Zoman, but he'd have to buy something completely different because the Chain Vest doesn't build into that. But he's looking very, very good right now, and he's going to be their key to victory and shutting down Vayne.
Spear's still an ever-present threat from iDream, and Otter close there as he gets far enough out to miss that one. Bischu taken down to a third of his health.
And Spiders
gonna have to pull and then come running back. Hopefully got home guard boots, just got him there, and now we'll come running back out to the pile. Mid inhibitor under duress to say the least. And Nydus takes a spear. Bottom side inhib is respawn, but is not long for this world. Spear from iDream just gonna miss wide down below Otter and short of Kez. They're gonna move down to bottom side, start working through this one. Zaineking flash forward, drops the ult. Big look there, repel. Yazuki over to the far side. Nothing here. Got the stuff to get away as the equalizer is in the right spot. Bischu into the Cataclysm. Kez on the run. Otter's going to rejoin now as Nothing Here still in good shape on the far side. Bischu stuns up Ziploc. Wanted Nothing Here, but didn't get it. Kez down now as it goes double kill for Nothing Here. It's going to be 2 for 3. Ults out. Ziploc tanks it. iDream stays alive. Now comes Yazuki after iDream. Nothing Here doing work, stunned up. Otter's at the back. Nothing Here's got to get it clear. Pilt over Peacemaker, not quite enough. Otter chasing it down. Ult's not quite back there yet. Still a ways to go on that one, and iDream finally finds a chance to heal. Nothing Here going to get soaking up some of that health off of the red buff. Looking good shape. Got it back to full. iDream over the wall and on to Dragon. Got Baron buff, so should have no problem with that, especially with Nothing Here swinging around to help it out. That's going to be third Dragon of the game for Cog, as they're still not holding on to a huge lead, but solid play is getting them through these fights very, very handily.
Now, if they didn't have Baron in that fight, that would have been completely different. Those extra stats, and they still barely come even with, I believe, a 3 for 2 in the favor of Cog there. All 3 kills going over to Nothing Here, the person they wanted on. He's the richest person in the game, only 600 ahead of Yazuki, though. And it's really hard to reach a Vayne when he has that extra movement speed from the Blade of the Ruined King and as well as the Phantom Dancer. And if he goes for another, it does look like he's getting a QSS, though. So he's looking to get out of the Charm, get out of the hook, get out of the Ruthless Predator as fast as possible so he can reposition himself in a team fight, because that's what's going to get him killed. So I guess the
smart play, especially with Bischu catching the errant look here and there, just been really getting some clutch ones. Kez with some nice initiations as well. In that case, Yazuki tried to get the job done, but I mean, you got to give Zamphira some love for that ultimate that he just dropped right across a strong retreat point and really gave ggLA no choice but to try to fight on their side of it.
Yeah, and the Baron does have a little bit of time left on it. It's about 1/5, and they still have enough for a push left in them with both inhibitors down. They're pushing that last one. Last turret for them as well.
So, gonna swing in now. Spear onto the poor little cannon minion. Gonna get most of the work done there, and those spears flying true for iDream all game long. Sends another one out. Can't catch anybody with it, but if they land, I don't know that anybody's safe there. Nydus very nearly wiped off the field with a single spear. And they're just going to keep their distance right now. Yazuki itching for it. iDream sends out another spear, catches nobody. Otter swings around to the front to make sure that proper respect is paid. And iDream, nope, not going to get one that time. Otter playing a dangerous game, though, as those minions starting to fall away around him. Fire and Forget Spider goes in. Stun's going to be short. And down goes the Nexus turret.
Yeah, they get a Nexus turret for free because they have to defend it. This is dropping so quickly.
Nexus turret number 2 very nearly going down. They distract it, but Cog just going to pile on. And all they know, they keep it alive. Kez going to start it up. Gets a lockdown onto Zamphira, but can't really get anybody there to help him. Zamphira turns it around. Inhibitor goes down to a minion. Nothing Here coming back in full strength. Going to start it up. Picks up one. Nydus down. Otter down. Triple kill for Nothing Here, and the game is done.
And that's going to be COG going on past the round robin phase, and they're going to go to, I believe, the finals, or I guess the semifinals, since we're having two of them. And congratulations to them. They played that very well. Nothing here, just snowballed the entire game, and Yazuki really couldn't close that distance at all.
Yeah, absolutely. A really nicely done game there by COG. And really showing how, you know, map control, map pressure can get a lot done, even if you're not out front by that much gold. Really good movement around. The gold was in the right places as well. Vayne ending up 8-1-6. Just a lovely game right there by COG. They're going to move on. ggLA's hopes dashed against the rocks like so many Spartan children. And we are going to be back in just a minute to tell you guys all about tomorrow, next weekend, where to find us, and other stuff such as that. So hang out for a couple of seconds. We'll be right back.